welcome to Pantheon of the Geeks. You join us for an unboxing of Kill Team Octarius. Ooh.
Woo! Free
thing.
Kill Team Combat Gauge.
Yeah.
Because we got this from Games Workshop for a change.
So we were probably one of the lucky ones that managed to get it. Considering they were saying, yeah, you can pre-order it and everyone will get one, but we don't know when you'll get one.
Yeah, I mean, I was on there at 10 past.
Right.
When they were, that's when I got my order in.
So you were early.
I was early anyway, even though they said, come on, whatever time you want. I was like, yeah, sure thing.
Yeah, well, we've been burnt like that before, haven't we? So.
Sure thing. But they guarantee everyone would get one who ordered, just not when. So if you're still waiting for yours, you can see what you're going to get.
Yeah.
Take off this cellophane wrapper first. It's a bit less shiny on the camera.
There we go.
Yeah. Right. Okay. So it's quite a heavy box. We have.
Oh, we've got it upside down.
The back there. Yeah, it's a box. I can confirm that.
Yeah.
And it looks like we get quite a bit of stuff in it, which is good.
Yeah, that's really good.
Feels like we should. So let's take the lid off.
Pardon?
Box makes farty noises, that's fine. Right, so orc scenery. One of those sprues. That's the combat gauges.
All right.
And some more scenery.
We've got scenery at one side and army at the other.
So more scenery.
Yeah. More scenery.
More scenery. And more scenery. Lost two sprues of the side. And then we have Walkies. So I've got one sprue there.
That looks like Krieg.
That's definitely a Krieg sprue.
Yep. You've got an Orky sprue.
Big Orky sprue. Yep.
Kriegy sprue.
And a Kriegy sprue.
And then two lots.
It looks like there's plenty of weapons options on them.
Yay.
Cool.
Cool. And then you've got two lots of more Orky stuff that are exactly the same.
Brilliant. Okay. And then underneath that we have the obligatory divider.
Yeah. Nice. You've got the book.
All the basics. We have some orange
Dice.
D6s. We have our cards. We have our books, which are all together. And in the bottom there's the board.
Oh,
And we have some decals. So we've got the court rule book. We've got the Octarius sector rule book. We have some card punch outs. And we have the building guide. Brilliant. Where to start? Building the models, I suppose.
Yeah.
We really like to start.
Start with Walkies, or whoever is in the book first, perhaps. I don't know.
Who comes first? It looks like the scenery's lost. It is Death Guard. No, Death Guard, yeah. Death Guard.
Death
Who
Guard.
aren't even in this. It's the Death Corps.
Right, okay.
The Veteran Guardsmen, as they're called.
Oh, not the Death Corps of Krieg.
Well, according to the transfer sheet, the Death Corps are Krieg, but just saying. It's a nice transfer sheet. Cool. Right, so let's sort these mess of sprues out. We're back in a second to make a start. Alright guys, so we have had a discuss, because it's not just a case of sticking these together. You've got to obviously pick what you want. So Claire's been picking what she wants out of it based on what's in the book. The which one is this? The Octarius book. So we have the veteran Guardsmen team basically. So no points costs. Not surprised because I did see that there was no points costs in this. So you're stuck with a set of options instead of points costs. So some choices seem to be a little bit illogical based on that, but what we're going to choose, obviously, let's start with a veteran Guardsman. We get 10 of those, and one of them will be a veteran sergeant. Claire wants to have the power weapon of the chainsword.
Yeah.
And was it the plasma pistol?
Yes, it was.
Yes.
Yeah, plasma pistol.
I don't see the point in taking a last pistol, to be honest, when you look at the rules, but it seems like an odd, underpowered choice to take. I see why you'd take a bolt pistol over a plasma pistol, but not why you'd take the last pistol. Anyway, that's for people to go through later and decide what's best. But then you choose 9 of the following. So you've got Trooper Veteran, Confident Veteran, Zealot, Medic, Comms, Demolition, Bruiser, Hardened, Sniper, Spotter, and there's 3 versions of Gunners. 4 versions of Gunners even. One's got a grenade launcher.
That's what it was.
Oh, the one you saw in the box.
Yeah.
And you can have one each of these basically. So then you can have multiple Gunners if you will. You have one with a flame, one with a melter, or so on. So we're just gonna. Claire's picked what she wants, so we're gonna build based on what Claire wants, because they're hers. Yay! The box will be mine. So yes. So let's make a start. This is the beginning. That's the beginning. So we're starting with the veteran Guardsman kill team sergeant, aren't we?
Yes.
This is blue. We're following. So A26, A27, A28, A25, and A88 make the body for all 3 of these. And the blue components are A70. The power sword's going to be A71. And then we have A66 for the arm, and then it's going to be A69 for the plasma pistol. So we'll get those parts off and we'll stick the guys together. Okay, so with all the parts off, I'll get my skull glue out, I think. I'm going to go with this.
Show off.
Yeah. Okay. So, 28 and 27 need to go together first by the looks of it, like that, so that just fits in underneath. Although when I dry fit something and I come back to fit it again, it doesn't fit. but there was no glue you fit, why?
It's always the case, though, isn't it?
In the same position. Oh, and then it sticks to me somehow. There we go. Even though it's plastic glue, it shouldn't stick to me somehow. There we go. Get off. And then that attaches into this bit here at the front of the trench coat. Like that. A bit was easy at least. Then we have part 88. No reference to any German guns. There's a backpack. It goes into the hole in the back of his body. That's right way up, yeah. So with the roll part there to the bottom. What I might actually do is zoom in because I haven't moved the camera. That's normally what I do at that point. Maybe a bit easier to see. So you can see we've got the body in that. And push that into place, make sure it's all in. Okay, and then we have the helmet head with gas mask And is that part of it? Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is. It's part.
I thought it was a bit of a sprue for a second.
Yeah, I nearly did that, and then I thought, no, it's got like a little box
This
thing
is like
on
where
it.
the gas mask bit goes in. So we shall put that on there. Oh. Or not. Like that. So it's like those little bits that I thought was going to cut off actually attached next to the chest. Darth Vader chest piece, whatever it is. He's got on.
Light bright.
Light bright. And I'll attach one to the 25mm base. I think I should do that now. Because why not? And after I've done that, I'm going to wait until that sets onto the base to continue with him. But for now, what I can do is actually attach a 70, which is the arm, to the power sword, which is a 71. He's given this sort of like an attack command, isn't he?
I just thought the sword looked a bit more in keeping. I mean, I do like the...
I didn't actually look at the difference in the rules for the power sword and the chainsaw. Traditionally a power sword is just way better, but maybe the rules are different on this for the chainsaw. I didn't check, but I would have chosen the power sword anyway because I think it looks cool.
Yeah, it just seems to be more in keeping. That's.
And with this, after reading the rules, I'd definitely pick this. Because you can fire on the standard, you don't have to...
You don't have to go overdrive.
I mean, I think it's a 4 up to hit with this, as opposed to the bolt gun, which is a 3 up to hit. But the damage ratio is much bigger. Depends what you shoot at, to be honest. But overall...
There's always going to be that downside to get something better, so there's always going to be that negative there.
And there should be.
Yeah, exactly, there should be. So it's like,
which is why I can't see why unless the last one was like a 2 up to hit, but it's not, it's a 3 up to hit. But it's less damage than the bolt gun and there's no other special rules in the same range. It's like, why would you take the last one ever?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it looks iconic.
It looks nice.
The last gun's an iconic Guardsman weapon, but why would you? If you could take a bolt gun.
Well, just thinking all my Astra Militarum, I'm sure they've got like less guns or pistols
it's
or
iconic.
something like that. Yeah.
But it's never been that good. And you only take it because it costs less points.
Yeah.
But in this, there's no point system, so...
But just out of interest, can you take big like models in this? Because I don't want you to take me, me blood demon, and smack one of my guys like you did with my commissar that time.
To the commissar.
Yeah.
Where he just literally, I'm a commissar, and then the blood demon just like hammered him into the ground.
Yeah, because he had the big mace thing.
That was hilarious.
That was, I couldn't believe that. Yeah.
Right on target. Smash.
Yeah.
No more commissar.
Exactly. Yeah.
Just a greasy spot on the ground. Yeah, that was funny.
It was.
No, I don't think there's any bloodthirsters in this.
That's fine. Bloodthirster. That's it.
I don't think there will be.
Good.
Commissars maybe when they do the command add-on, but
I don't think my commissar ever wants to play again. I think
right after that.
No.
Yes, this is a nice model.
It is actually.
I don't know if the game's any good. We'll figure that out as we go along. But as far as my first impression on building the very first model, easy to build, looks awesome. A nice long overdue plastic
Krieg
Imperial Guard kit. Where are the others? Games Workshop.
Yeah. Yeah, please rush them out.
I want my British Zealot soldiers again, please. Thank you. Right, okay.
So the next one
Next one, you've got a choice of a dude, or a dude with a demolition gun, or a dude with a sniper rifle.
I've gone with the sniper rifle on this because I like sniper rifles.
See, I've been really torn between the demo and the sniper.
You see, I'm hoping that they'll do another box set so I could get the demolition.
Oh, these will definitely come out of the box set because this is like a standard guard unit.
Yeah.
They'll want people to buy loads of these to build armies with, so...
And I'll fall for that.
Yeah.
That's fine.
That's fine, because you've got some Forge World ones.
I do have some Forge World Krieg that I bought and then painted one of them up and then never painted the rest.
I might dig them out and then, compare them as well.
Yeah, give me a boot up
but
the
they're in the
backside.
attic, otherwise I'd have got it for this video.
Oh, yeah.
Right, so... See, I'd be tempted, if it was me, I'd build that guy and then attach the sniper gun to a normal dude. I'm pretty sure you get away with it. Because these are all similar sort of Guardsmen type size bodies, so those 2 arms, and I bet you could do it. But for this, you want the sniper crouching anyway.
Yeah.
So we need those parts, which is starting in the middle. Where are we?
You're starting over here because this
Starting over here, because this is still part of the previous one. 818, 820, 819 to make the body.
And then we're moving over to here. Oh no, here, sorry. The pink one.
Oh yeah, so we ignore that and we move right over to this page to continue the pink. I do actually like the colour coding.
Yeah.
The last few ones we built with colour coding does make it a bit easier. 882, and A17 and A49 and A77.
Right, I will get those.
So we shall build this dude. We'll get the parts off and build him. Okay, so it looks like even though I've got like a different position, it's still the same thing. 2 different legs. Oops. Towel's going to drop that one. So. I wish I could just do what I did before when I was try fitting it. Tell you what, I'll see if it's any easier to just stick this on here. Because I noticed before when I was doing the first one that you can get in. Yeah. So that's actually a better guide than trying to stick the 2 leg bits together. Just stick the one bit in and then stick the leg in. Yeah, makes sense to me. And then we'll put the backpack on, which is complete with bayonet. Hopefully pointing down.
Yes.
And not in any other position.
Yeah.
Where you might spike yourself.
Yeah, I can see that being very spiky.
And then we'll put the head on. Like so. Make sure that's in the right position. Let's just get to adding on the arms.
Nice.
Pew pew.
Pew pew.
Base.
Nice.
There we go. Right, next up is a medic or a spotter. The medic does look cool.
The medic does look cool, and he's got like a little separate bag with that's
Oh,
open
like
that
a
you can
medical
see.
bag.
Yeah.
But you think you're going to go for the spotter?
I'm going to go for the spotter on this one. Yeah.
Because there is a later medic as well.
There is, yeah. There's one that's like running with a bag and his last gun over his shoulder.
Right. Okay. So for this we need A90. Is it? We're on. Oh God, we're up here now.
You're up there. So
We do need that though.
yeah.
It's blue. So we need A22, A24, A23, then A90, A21, A58, and then we have. Is that optional hands? So you can have binoculars or whatever that is.
Right.
What is that? It's just an open hand, or has he got a grenade in it or something?
It looks like he's got a stopwatch in it or something.
A stopwatch. Alright, maybe it's some sort of like navigational thing.
Possibly. It looks like it's like
a rangefinder or something.
Yeah.
I take it you're going with the binoculars though.
I would think so, yeah.
Yeah, because it doesn't go. There we go. I mean, they look exactly like the German World War II binoculars, to be fair, that they used. I think Alpine troops used them as well.
So that's what we're going for, the Krieg is German.
I think it might be. I'm getting vibes. Right, so we'll get all those parts off and then we'll come back and stick them together. Okay, so we're back. Same sort of 3-part leg body setup. Like that. And then where are we going in? Like that, come on. Like so. And then where's the backpack? There it is. This one does have like a little comms thing on. Which makes sense if he's a spotter. Because I think these guys call him like a mortar barrage. In fact, rather than just talking about it, I was going to just show people the stats at the end, but we'll do it as we go along, I think. So again, helmet goes on exactly the same. Just throw it on the ground for no reason. And then, I missed a little bit on these binoculars. Yeah, they do look exactly like. I say an Alpine division, but that's the pair of binoculars I've seen that were German. They had little tinted lenses in as well, optional tinted lenses.
Oh wow, cool.
For stopping them from going snowblind. Other units probably use exactly the same binoculars without the tints, but I don't know for sure. We shall add that on to the. Can you see those there? And then we shall put the arms on. You should try and put the arms on. Come on. Yeah. Stuck my finger around where I put the glue before. I'll add some more on. There we go. One spotter. Base on. Yeah, before we move on, we'll have a look at these guys, I think. So we have, the veteran sergeant. Please feel to pause this and have a look. But yeah, as I was talking about before, bolt gun, bolt pistol, or ignore the bolt gun. Bolt pistol, last pistol, or plasma pistol, the 3 choices with a sword. And to me, the last pistol, there's no other rules. It's got the same range as the bolt gun. It's just got a higher damage output. Same to hit. I don't see any reason for taking the last pistol, unless there's something in the rules I haven't read yet. I haven't read any of the rules. I'm just looking at the stats. And then the chainsword. The chainsword actually has a balanced ability. Which sounds weird for a chainsword because you think it wouldn't be balanced. But the power weapon comes with lethal 5+ and a much higher damage. So I think that was the right choice anyway. I did done with the power sword. Then we have the sniper veteran. So in essence, a normal dude with a long lass and this sniper ability, which is on the where you can read that. And then the spotter.
I think he's on the other page.
Medic. 2 pages over.
2 pages over.
I like these on more handy data cards too.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Not doing better. Spotter veteran. There you go. Here's a mortar barrage. which I think could be quite handy.
Mm.
There we go. Right, so that's what we've built so far. Next.
I've just seen there's some options on that, isn't there?
Is it?
Yeah, there's a lot of options. I'll go back afterwards and have a look, sorry, my bad.
I was going to have some options there, but you can't see them. Oh, thanks. Thanks, Claire.
No, I think it was for the gunner.
Right, so what's next?
Next is this one.
So, Flamer.
Flamer, definitely on this one. Or normal dude. On
So,
this one.
Flamer.
Flamer.
Oh,
yeah,
no, dude.
Wolf.
I think Claire's picked.
Yeah.
We might be getting a Flamer.
Yeah.
Right, so for that we need A3, A4, A2, A1, which is the face. I'll just build this bit before we come back and then we'll do the Flamer on camera. But for that it's A79, A43 and A80 for those parts. So we'll be back in a second. Okay, so we have the body together. The only difference on this was that the tunic and the legs were completely separate, but I just stuck the tunic on first and plugged the legs in. Pretty straightforward stuff. We shall add on the tanks for the Flamer first, like that. And then we shall add on the gun in order to match up the wire from the tanks to the gun. Like that, and then we'll add on the other arm. Meets up and hasn't moved that out of place. She is wont to do. The base wants to come off as well. Right, that's in the right position. And that's in the right position. Right, I'm going to add a little bit more glue onto that joint. That joint is fine. I'm going to add a little bit more glue onto the base though, because I started to pull it off the base. I didn't wait long enough. Patience. Right, and there we have Flamer Dude to be named. Flamer Dude is his work in progress title. Okay. So next up we have Claire choosing the medic, because before you were going to choose the medic. It's the guy that's running. So we have A11, A12, A10, A83 and A9, which makes the body and the head. Again, I'll do that off camera, and then we just want to add on the medical parts, which are A61 and A62 for the bag, and then the arm with the gun over his shoulder is A57. So we'll get them together. Okay, so we have the body and that, and we have two parts of the doctor's bag. Stick those together. Okay. And then we have the arm, and that arm, we'll stick those on. Oops. Son of a... Squeak.
Being awkward.
There we go. Two. Right, who's next?
Next is the comms guy, so...
So choice of trooper veteran, another gunner.
Mm.
So you can build the plasma or the multi-melter.
Yeah.
Or the comms guy. You going with the comms guy?
I'm going with the comms guy.
Alright. Gotta go multi-melters.
I do want to do that, but...
I like multi-guns.
Yeah. Most of my sisters are fitted out with multi-guns or multi-melters.
Okay, so it's A30, A32, A31 and A29 for the actual body and head, which goes together again, same. And then we'll want parts...
Here we go. So you're going on to the
pink.
B sprue on this one.
The B sprue.
The B sprue.
B26, B27, B29, is that flare gun? B23, B24 and B25 is a lot of parts there. Right, so we'll build the body and then we'll come back and put these together. Okay, so this guy has a few fiddly bits. Thanks, Clara. So we have these bits, these are flares. And they go on this strap here above this gas mask type canister thing. I'll make sure I just get a little bit on that. And then crikey. That's me completely failing and dropping a bit.
Do some tweezers.
Good for this. Normally I don't need them. But yeah, that's where that goes. And you can see it on this part here. As to where it goes, better than where it's showing you on there. It's there. So that's on. Go for that. Right, then we have this satchel, which attaches to his belt. Like so. And then we have two parts of the comms backpack, which is the backpack and the last gun, which has been attached to it to free up his hands. So yeah, that's just a little slotter. Just like that. I'll put on the back in a second. And then we have this bit over here, which is the... I might put the hand on, then put the map on actually, just so. Is there a little thing for it? There is, isn't there? There's a little nodule that shows you where it's meant to go. So he's going to be holding it like that. So yeah, we'll do that now. Right, so we shall attach the backpack. Okay. And then we'll attach the... Is the flare gun now pointed down? So, yeah.
Yeah.
It's not like he was shooting the flare up in there or anything. Goes on there like that, and then finally the map arm. Which wants to go on to that somehow. Looks more like he's looking at it, doesn't it?
Mm.
To be fair, seems very close.
Looks very close to him.
Yeah. Probably be better to put the arms on before the backpack, even though it's falling off from. Come on. So I like doing it still gooey because you can get everything in position, but then you also run the risk of things just dropping off. Yeah, that's the position it should be in. There we go.
Cool.
Now dry properly and don't fall apart. Get stern talking to otherwise. Okay, so next up we have a choice of Trooper Veteran, Gunner Veteran. Start with grenade launcher.
Yes.
Oh, so you could have gunner. You could have 3 gunners. Even though you could take 4 gunners according to the rules, there's only one version of these. So you could either have plasma or melt. You have to choose between those 2. You can take the other 3.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So which one are you taking anyway? The Zealot as well. The other one.
I'm gonna go for the Zealot.
Zealot.
Yeah, he's just different. It's just like, what does he do?
Zealot.
Yeah.
Okay. But I like firepower, so well, I can take a grenade launcher. I'll have 7. Thank you. Right. So yeah, so we want these parts here. Yeah. So I'll build the body again because it's just exactly the same as we've done before. And then we're over on the other side for the arms and stuff.
So the arms are there. So
B37, B36,
and 35.
What's that? Oh, it's prayer book.
It's prayer book.
Probably the Imperial Guard's primer.
Yeah, probably.
B55, B35. Sorry. So we'll get those parts off, and then we'll want to build this guy. We'll have a look at the rules for those 4 we've just done before we move on to the last 2 or 3. Okay, so we've built the body, and now it's just these 3 parts, which is the gun, which is sort of hung down by the side, and then these 2 parts. Here's the primer he's holding. So we'll glue that together. He's actually really looking at it though, so this can be unlike the map, which was a bit fiddly, this can be at a different angle. He's sort of just holding it, probably referencing it for his rhetoric.
Yeah, and then misquoting it.
Probably misquoting it.
Yeah.
I'll let her drive with me. Right, put that on that. Put this on here so we can misquote it. Unless it's the wrong edition.
What, the Angron edition?
The Angron edition of the Imperial Primer. And you shall cut people's heads off and boil their skulls until you can remove the skull cleanly and give it to the Emperor. Wait a minute, I scratched out. What? Is this the right edition? Or it's the Logar edition?
Yeah.
First Heretic edition.
That'd be really worrying, wouldn't it?
There he is. That's pretty cool actually, it's a nice little touch. A little primer. Right, let's have a look at the stats for these guys before we move on to the next ones. Wherever they've gone. There we go. Okay, so it was a gunner veteran. This is just the generic entry for all the gunner veterans. So you can see the stats for the gunner veteran, same as the guardsmen really, apart from the GA's 1, not 2. But in response, they've got a flamer on this one, so it's a 2 up to hit, A5, D2/2, range red, red pentagon is it, and then torrent is white circle. And you'll see the other ones there that we haven't picked as well, so I'll just leave that. I need to look at that for a second. And then, what was the next one? It was... I'll find the Zealot. We'll look at the Zealot. There is the Zealot. Yeah, you can read from the Emperor Protects and the uplifting primer. So it is the uplifting primer which got. Those are his rules there. Other than that, he's armed just with a glass gun and bayonet. And then we have the medic. There is that. All the entries for the medic. I'll read that out. Feel free to pause. Hopefully you can see that on there. And then, what was the other guy? The Zealot.
Zealot, yeah.
Oh, we've done Zealot.
Zealot.
No.
Was it the comms?
Comms.
Have we done comms guy?
Comms. Can't find him. He's not communicated his position right. There he is. Okay. There is the comms veteran on the relay orders and a signal for an action point. That just leaves us what we have now. How many's left? 3.
3.
So on this next one, you said who you were going on, Hans?
Yeah, I'm going to go with the...
So this guy you can build as a gunner as well.
You're obsessed with gunners.
I like guns. I was going to say. So yeah, it's showing the melter gun and the plasma gun. Oh, cool. A73. Are there 2 A73s then?
I think so. I'll have to have a look for you.
I thought that was the same part. It is. It's showing the A73 for the gun. Right, what was I? We'll have a look, we'll let you know.
Yeah.
So what are you building this guy as? Gunner, Bruiser?
Bruiser.
No, Bruiser.
Bruiser.
So this guy. So we want parts A14, A16, A15, A84 and A13 to build the body. And then the Bruiser is in pink. So B22 and B21, which is just arms, there's nothing separate there. I'll just build this guy and come back and show you the model actually for that. It's pretty straightforward. And then the last options are either a normal guy, trooper veteran, or a hardened veteran.
Hardened veteran for
So you have
this
the
one.
hardened veteran.
Yeah.
And again, same build for the body, green, and we have the only difference is, what's he got in his hand? Oh, he's got like a bionic hand, doesn't he? A 2-part bionic hand, which looks straightforward enough. It's B31 and B32 together, and then we've got some medals which need to go on in the same place as those flare gun things, just a bit higher up. B34, and then we have a normal dude who's got a bayonet on there. I mean, these last ones, the build is exactly the same, so what I'll do, I think I'll just build these 3 off camera and come back and show you, because it's just the same as we've done repeatedly. But there is also these options at the end as well. There's like trenching tools, bayonets. It's like a pickaxe. Got a load of like canteen mugs and everything. Also, like, these can be added on to anybody you want. It's pretty cool. Personalise them a little bit. Have a look, see if you want to go back over any. So build the last 3, show you them, and then we'll show you the rules for them. Or should I show you the rules now?
Show the rules now and then.
May as well, because I've actually got the Bruiser in my hand. I'm like, so this is the Bruiser. Comes with a trench club, which does stun, and the Bruiser skill And the hardened veteran is that. You come with the bionic arm and hardened by war. So besides being able to punch people in the face really hard, he also gets a 5-up save against all wounds. Quite handy. So there we go. And then there's just a normal dude who's uninspiring because he has no special rules.
Oh.
The only difference he has is 2 GA. Which, because there's only one of him, I don't know whether he can activate with the other people in this or whether he has to activate just with trooper veterans. In which case it's a bit pointless. But he's cannon fodder. He's Mr. Cannon fodder. Sorry.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, so we shall be back with a complete squad in a moment. Okay, so the Bruiser, the hardened veteran, very cool power fist, no, bionic fist, sorry, it's got, and then generic trooper.
I might add some stuff to him, to be quite honest.
You add some stuff on?
Yeah, I might add some little bits and pieces onto him. So probably one of these things.
Cool.
So all the others are quite...
They're pretty well detailed themselves.
Yeah, exactly.
They're all quite individual because of the way we've picked them.
Yeah.
If you were like just building a bunch of regular troopers,
I think you want to add something to them then.
yeah, just to make them look a bit different.
Yeah.
They look a bit more obviously different. But yeah, I think it's a pretty good selection.
Mm-hmm.
It's a nice kit. It'll be good when they release it on its own, which I'm sure they'll do, because why wouldn't they? It's not like, no, that's the only time you're ever going to be able to get them. Maybe they will, but it's not really built like that, because it's all the guard are on one sprue. Sorry, one set of sprues. So I imagine that'll be a box set.
Yeah, they'd be very daft if they didn't do a box set of them.
Yeah. It'd be very silly. But there we go, that's the Death Corps of Krieg. Claire's Death Corps of Krieg.
Yes.
Unless you stick any of those little bits on you're cutting off right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a lot of good options on the sprue.
Mm-hmm.
There was another A73, did you say?
There was, yeah, I found one.
So you can build every version of the gunner then.
Mm-hmm.
But it's the expense of some of the other options,
exactly,
unfortunately.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be too hard to convert like this normal guy into a gunner though. Because all these parts are separate, the multi-guns and stuff. It might just be a case of using these arms on him and position them a bit, maybe like green stuff to put in the right position, but other than that you could build another gunner instead of having the normal trooper guy. There we go, so that's these guys.
Yes.
So now shall we move on to the Walkies?
Yes.
Okay, so walk time. And have a look at the book. This says what your orc kill team can comprise of. So one commander knob, either with Slugger and Big Chopper or Slugger and Powerclaw. And then 9 commando operatives selected from the following list, of which operatives can be selected. Commando Boy operatives can be selected up to 9 times. Each one can only have one of. But we got Commando Boy, Commando Grot, Commander Slasher Boy, Commander Breacher Boy, Commander Sniper Boy, Commander Daca Boy, Commander Comms Boy, Commander Burner Boy, Commander Rocket Boy, and Bomb Squig. So there's a lot of choices in there. So I want to build as many of the special things as I can. So we'll see what options we have as we go along. But the first option is to build the knob. Pass that to Colette.
Thank you.
Okay. And we have, this is Spruce C now, so C109, 108, 110, 111, 112, and then we have 117, 119 or 118. Those look to be scopes for the slugger or shooter, whichever one it is. And then we have the option of either having the big chopper or the power claw, and it's definitely going to be the power claw because power claws are cool. So we want C122, C121 and C120. We've also got two different heads. I don't suppose it would matter which head you used, but I have one with a cap actually. So basically I'm going to build this guy with the larger scope as well. So we want all those parts. So we'll get those off and then we'll come back. Okay, so we have C108, which is this big chunk of body, and C109, which is the leg. So they need to go together. And then we have this little bit of belt, which is C1110, which goes over this gap in the front. Should do. Like that. And then we have the backpack, which is two parts. This is like a radar, isn't it? Mm. It all comes with a radar dish. It seems sort of unusually well planned of them. Mm. Come on. Yeah, it's just a little bit that sticks up.
Right, little piddly bit.
Yeah, you've got to get it in at the right angle. Like that. And then the backpack can go on as a whole. Like that. Okay. And then we have, I'm going with the big scope. You don't actually need to put a scope on this, it looks more commando-y. Yeah, because the scope goes over the top of the sight, so you wouldn't actually have to put one on because it's got a little sight on there anyway. And the scope actually does replace it, so you actually got three options of that. You don't even need to put one on if you didn't want to.
Why not? It's kind of orky that, isn't it, really?
Yeah, to a massive scope on. Right, and before we stick, I'll stick it on now, try and stick it to its base. That can be curing. Well, there we go. That can be on its base, getting ready. So we're on to 32 mils now. Okay, so now we have a power claw to put together. So we have 1, 2, 2, and we are, yeah. So the little claw's got a little circular cutout which goes over this circular bit there, and this bit's got a little tab cutout which that bit fits into. like that. Then this attaches onto the other side of the arm. Like that. And then we have this bit of cable which attaches into the backpack. By the looks of it. Yeah, it sort of looks like it goes over this bit here. Trying to figure out what it. Oh yeah, there's a little pipe though. That's why. That was confusing me. It's like, why is it pointing two things if there's only one pipe? Yeah, because there's two pipes, right. So what we'll do, we'll attach this on now. Like so. So that is attached to that. And then we'll add on the other one. Which goes from there to that. There'll be no problem at all putting this on. Since we've attached it, it's not going to fall off or anything.
He says.
Yeah. No problem whatsoever. No issues. It wasn't actually. That worked out well. Positive reinforcement there as we're sticking it together. There'll be no issues at all with this. It just explodes like the Death Star. Right, so we've got this two-part head. Why we have a two-part head? I don't know.
No idea. It seems rather strange. It's like the neck.
Oh yeah,
I think it's the neck part.
Okay.
Seems a bit pointless, but there we go.
Let's just add more bits in. Okay.
Yeah, let's add a daft little bit in.
Strange enough, when they 3D print things, they don't do that. In a lot of cases, they're just one piece. There we go. Does look cool.
It's a little funky.
I do like him. There's a caveat, because I've got the old metal Commando
Alright.
as well. He does look good. I'll give him that. But I do like the old metal ones as well.
Is he about the same size, would you say, or smaller?
The orcs, this guy, because he's a knob, I would say, from memory, because it's been a while since I've seen them, about the same size. Looking at the other orcs on the sprue, I would say they were slightly larger.
Mm.
But yeah, he looks awesome.
Very cool.
Right, that's my boss done.
Right.
Now we move on to the other options.
Which I think starts there.
Which actually starts here. But the thing for it...
I know, it doesn't really follow, but never mind.
I'll try and save space, I suppose.
Yeah.
I suppose. C1, C2, C6 and C3. So you build that bit, that's the body, before you choose whether he's going to be a Commando Boy or a Slasher Boy. And this guy's going to be a Slasher Boy. So for that I'm also going to need C8, C9, C10 and C7. So let's get those bits off. Okay. So, walkability time. We shall put down their leg. We should fit into that stitch. And then we also have, we also have the backpack. Grenades at the bottom on this one. Like that. And then we have the arm with the other arm. That needs to go on. Position's that in? You would think it would just slot in. You can only go in one position. Come on. Yeah, like that. Is that right?
It looks like it. It looks like he's holding it back, kind of thing.
Or is it?
Oh, it's hard to say.
That seems far too high. The picture
As him holding it back.
kind of was it like that. Not finding that sweet spot on that. Right. So we need to put the two parts of the head together. Wherever it is.
I did cut off that one.
Yep. Right, so very. It's all gone wrong. Come on, on you go. Right, because he got a knife in his mouth. So those two parts are obviously separate because they could never be able to print a knife in someone's mouth.
Not without one part of it breaking, probably. And then they would have had to attach the sprue to either side of that.
Yeah, about 20 attachments.
Yes. Right, really awkward like.
The other arm on. Where is that added on Daca go?
Seems to be on the side, just on his leg, kind of thing. Seems to be adding. Is it on his hip or something like that?
Sort of there. Like that.
Cool.
Knife boy. Lots of knives. Right. So the next option.
Got the body. Oh, yeah.
You've already cut it all off.
I've not cut off what you wanted because I
haven't
didn't
told you what I
know.
want.
Exactly.
Yeah, but can you guess? Go on, I'll give you one guess. I can either make a Commando Boy or a Commando Rocket Boy.
I'm thinking the Commando Boy.
Really?
No. The rocket. You want the rocket.
This guy's body is put together. It's together. See? They can do it. You have to have separate legs and all sorts. Should put it on the backpack. So that's C13 and C21. Like that. So for the Rocket Boy, we need C15, C17, C16 and C14.
Right. I'll just try and find them on the sprue and cut them off.
You're not having fun with this sprue, are you?
I hate this sprue. It's an absolute nightmare, this sprue.
Nightmare sprue. We'll be back in a second. Okay, so we've stuck C14 on, which is the head. And now this guy's putting C17 onto this. This is like a little sight. There's a little cutout just behind the plate holding the rockets. That's where that goes. Now we just need to stick that in there. We need to stick that in there. Oh my god. that. So now we have the sight on there. And then it's a case of adding on the arms. And that falls off because it's top heavy. Good going. That's what happens when you try and speed things. I suggest when you do this army, you take a little bit between each stage just for it to cure. There we go. Rocket Boy. Yeah, that's cool. So next up, can you guess what I'm going to choose? Between a Commando Boy and a Commando Sniper Boy.
Commando Boy.
I see why you would think I would choose that, because I'm not really big on sniping, but it's a big ass gun the guy's got, so it's the Sniper Boy.
Are you sure you want the sniper?
Yeah.
Commando Boy is better.
Pretend he's a ghost. Ghost Orcs.
Right.
Ghost Orcs Rainbow 10, whatever it is. Right, so we've got C24, which you cut off, C25, which you cut off, and C26.
Yeah.
And that makes up the
Body.
There's even little things on this, we'll put it in the right place. It's nice. Little guide things. There we go. And then we have the backpack. Just going to go on that. Okay. And then I also need C36. We cut that off.
No, I haven't. I didn't see that bit.
Yeah, it's hiding in the corner. It's like just some bullets on an ammo belt.
Got it.
It's like it just goes on his leg.
There you go.
Wouldn't even necessarily miss this if it wasn't there. I suppose it just signifies covered in bullets. So then, I need to turn the page up. I believe in you.
Can't get hold of it.
I need C27 for his head. And the guns, lots of parts. It's C31, C32, C30 and C29.
Right, okay.
Oh, and C28 for the RAM. Shall we come back when you've got those parts?
I would say
Actually,
so, yes.
what I'll do while you're cutting them off is we'll have a look at the actual models, because this will be the last one from our first page.
Can I just borrow this then? So I
Yeah,
can
you
see
can
what
take
I
that
need.
away. Take it away. I'll find the orc section, which is here. So we've had a slasher boy. So there he is. Throwing knives and twin choppers, and that's all you got. So each time after this operative fights in close combat, if it has lost any wounds in that combat, but it was not incapacitated, you can roll 1d6. On the roll of 4 plus, the enemy operative that fought him now takes 2 mortal wounds.
Wow.
Nice. We have the Sniper Boy, which we're currently building, who is there. He has a scoped big shooter and fists as his close combat weapon. And he's got Avit and the best spot, 2 action point abilities there. 2 action point abilities. And we need the rocket orc. There he is. So rocket launcher and Boom Boy. Each time this operative performs a shoot action, during its activation in the roll an attack dice step of that action's shooting attack, If it has not moved during that activation, you can re-roll any of all of your attack dice. Basically just getting bonuses for standing still. Which is traditionally what you do with heavy weapons, but the orcs seem to sort of like ignore that anyway. And where is the commander knob? There he is. So here is the boss with his slugger, and he has power claw. That has power claw, but there are the rules for the big chopper as well. And his rule is get it done. Each time this operative is activated, you can select one friendly commando operative within a red pentagon or visible to it, and add 1 to the selected operative's APL. I'm sure that will become clear later. Brilliant. So those are the 4 guys we've made so far. I shall come back when Claire's finished cutting off all the parts. Okay, so we have our big snipey gun here. That consists of this part there going on to there. So we shall glue that on. And that leaves a little gap there. So this guy both has a sight and a normal sight. I mean, he's orky, so he wants as many sights as he can. Of course, orcs are psychers. Surprising me they don't just cover their gun in sights, even though they can only use one at a time. They would think they can use them all at a time, and then would actually be able to use them all at a time. That's how orc technology works.
Okay.
If they think it should work, it works. It's a bit like me and computers. I just hit it enough times and it works. That is the gun. We should put on the other arm first, which is holding it. Should be in the right place. And then we have the other arm. In the right place as well. There's like a groove and you think it goes in that way and then it doesn't. It's fun. Real fun. Okay. And then we're on to attach the gun. So yeah. Damn it. Yeah, I was going too well then. Yeah, it would be easier just to attach the gun to one of the arms first, I think. But ultimately, that's it. Just checking that was lined up. There we go. There's a few bits need to file down that I've missed, but I'll do that afterwards. Once it's all dried and in place, just stick that on its base, and that one's done. So next, we have a Commando Boy or a Commando Comms Boy. I do like the gas mask on this guy, it's cool. But I think I'll go for the weirder.
You're going for the comms.
Comms Boy, I think. Keep it strange. So we need these parts, do we? See 39, 38 and 37.
Yeah, I'm hoping that's right.
And we also need 41, 42, 40, 44 and 43.
Right, okay.
So I'll just stick that together because it goes together the same as any other, and we'll come back and do this part. Okay, so we have our body constructed. So now we want this weird zappy weird gun this guy's got. I think it's meant to be like a comms relay, but you can use it to shoot electricity.
That's nasty.
Yeah. Double purposing. So that's these two parts here, which makes this sort of weird coil thing, which is 42 and 41. And then we have the head. So let's put that on. And he's wearing like a little walkie headset. And then we have the other arm which is holding cable. So this should attach to the underside of this, I would say. So that arm has to be in that position, so we'll put that arm on first. Like that, yeah. Put a little bit of extra glue on that. So we know where that arm goes. And then we need to put on this arm. And we need to put on this piece of cable. So it goes that way around. And there's a little cutout section at the end of the cable. So that seems to suggest that it should go there. And connect under here maybe? There. Yeah, that's where it goes, right underneath the hand. So, put that on there. Try and get that to line up first. Typical. Okay. So now when we line this up, it should go on there like that. So simple. We shall see. There we go. We're on.
Okay.
Is he trying to get a signal or is he trying to shoot someone? I'm not sure.
I'm not sure. He's probably just wafting it about, and if he shoots someone, hurrah.
Yeah, just waft it about and maybe I'll shoot someone. So the next guy is just a Commando Boy.
He is, yeah.
There's no options for this. So, yeah. And yeah.
You got a little bit there.
So C51, C50.
Oh, you need C52 as well.
C55, C53.
I've got your C52 here.
And C52 is the backpack. So the body's already together. May as well put the backpack on first to be fun. Don't know all the other rolls.
Yep.
Okay. And C51 is the head. Okay. And we have this is on a real weird bit.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know what it is, that.
I know some guns do have these bits on. Seems to just go on there, doesn't it?
Okay.
It goes on around.
Why they couldn't have just added that to the gun?
I don't know. I don't know. Honestly,
Why
it's
makes
a
it...
thingy. Yeah, you put. So, yeah, you know, if you had like a gun like that, you could pull that back around and use it as an armrest.
Ah, right. Okay.
That's what it is. Yes, I do. SMGs sometimes have them on in real life and stuff. I think other guns as well. But you pull it back around, you've got like an arm.
An armrest.
For taking aim. I don't ever see a York using that, but they probably don't know what it's for. They've just seen humans with it and decided
that it looks cool, so they want one as well.
It must make it more stealthy or accurate, but never actually use them. They just put them on. I'm really surprised it doesn't say you've got to have like so many of these guys, to be honest. Yeah, like you've got to have one normal guy for every special guy you've got.
Yeah, like normal rules.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we were building the Death Corps, I was like...
Well, when you look at the picture, it does have like two gunners and then one of near enough everything else and a box standard dude, so...
Yeah.
I don't think we've built them wrong.
Well, no, because it says you can have one of each.
Each, yeah.
Or 9 dudes like this.
Yeah.
But it's not like there's any clear advantage to taking 9 dudes like this. Or even a mix. Might be getting it wrong, but I haven't read all the rules. So.
No, I suppose.
But I like variety anyway, so even if I read the rules and thought, it might be better to have half an hour, I'll still build them like this. So
Yeah.
I don't care. I want more bang from my Walkie book. Right. So next we have a Commando Boy or a Breaching Boy.
So are you going
So
for
these are the things that like, put them behind doors and go...
So you're going for the Breaching Boy?
You know me so well. So the advantage here of taking Commando is he's got a gun. This guy doesn't have a shooty weapon. But I like variety. So we have C56, C57, C58, which I'll clean up and put together. We also need C68.
No, that's blue.
No, we need C60 and 61. And C59. And then we have the breaching thing, which is about 30 parts. C67, C63, C65, 66 and 64. So I suppose the advantage of choosing the Commando is you don't have to spend half an hour putting them together. There we go. Right, we'll get all these parts off. I might even stick the arm and head on and just get to this point, to be honest, because this looks straightforward. And we're back in a second. Okay, so the breacher. We have this big bit here, which is where this power thing connects to. That goes in there. We have this little canister that goes on the other side. Like that. And we have the actual end of the breech. I'm not sure which way around this goes, and I'm not sure it actually matters. Because it's got that like door shaped attachment. So pick away. Ollie. And then we have the little, it's a handle.
Yeah, it's like the on-off switch, isn't it?
Is it the on-off switch?
It does look like it. Like a little lever.
I think that's where the other hand attaches to. I think that bit slots into that.
There we go.
Hopefully we've put it in the right place. Well, this is going to be painful.
Can't be any more painful than the spring.
Really not liking it, eh?
No, it's such a pain to navigate.
You don't have this problem with the other dudes.
No, because everything was seemed quite straightforward and it was all in one. It was all in like a run. Whoever's done this one have just been really chaotic. So there'll be one part on one sprue, then the next part will be on the other sprue, and
We got the intern to do this one.
Probably.
There we go. So that does attach. And then we have these last two parts, which you missed, which is like, I thought it was meant to have those little holes in for some reason.
Yeah, I thought they were like little bullet holes or something, and he's just shook
or
them
air
off
holes
like.
or something. It's actually for this pad to go on. And then we have these grenades.
Yeah, like a little, two little grenades.
And it's go on that strap there. So basically like there we go, breach and clear. Crunch. Porks are coming in. You might have got a massive hammer on the back just in case this fails. Okay, so next up we have Commando or Burner Boy. No prizes.
Burner Boy.
Burner Boy, correct. C60, 76, sorry, C77. And then we're going on to C80, C79 and C78.
Yeah, and then hopefully over the other page will be your arms and the actual burner thing.
Right. What I'll do, I'll tidy these up while we look at what's next. Yeah, so C82, C81, C83, that's it. Okay, so I'll clean these up and then we'll start putting it together. You'll probably... So what, this backpack's the only bit that's different because it's two parts. I'm not sure, oh well, oh easy. It goes like that. So we'll glue all this together, we'll glue the guy together, and then I'll come back and we'll do this part. So there is our body and backpack together. Next up we have the gun, it's pretty much like the sniper one when we put it together. Because we've got to line up two arms. So this time I'll do what I should have done with the sniper gun and attached one of the arms straight onto this first. So I'll attach this one. And then this arm, whoops, there we go, has pipe on it, so this bit's a bit different. This pipe I think needs to line up with this bit on the barrel, so we shall attach this bit and line this bit up here. Like that. So now hopefully it should all line up. I don't drop it. And there we go. So that lines up with the pipe going over his wrist. Cool. Attach him to a base. So who's next? Is the Daca Boy. We've got a choice of a Commando Boy or a Daca Boy. And just surprise her, it's a Daca Boy we're getting. For two reasons. One, his triple barrel gun looks awesome. And two, he's got a cap on.
He's got like a little woolly cap.
Woolly cap, so he looks like a Navy SEAL.
Yeah,
He just looks awesome.
It looks really funny actually. It looks like a bit like Frankenstein with a little woolly cap on.
So we've got a body and a backpack as those parts.
Yeah.
And
then you want
these parts here, so it's C91, which is the head. It just looks cool.
You've got an
C93.
And then three parts of the
gun. Only three. Well, we've got the knuckle barrel.
Yeah. And the three.
We've got the bullets.
Bullets, yeah.
Cool. So I will just stick this together because it doesn't look like there's anything too weird. That's going to be coming out of there by the looks of it. Yeah. So that'll be the last. I'll probably put that on last after I've put everything else on, just so I don't knock it off when I'm trying to put the arm on.
Yeah. Don't know if you want to move on to the next one because that's fairly straightforward as well.
What's the next one?
It's just is it a Commando Boy?
Oh, just the Commando Boy.
Yeah.
So let's move that.
It's going to go together like the last one, so you've got
C1 off for. All right.
Yeah. So backpack, hat.
I've already cut all these off. Head. Axe, handgun, straightforward. Yeah. What's that bit? Is that optional?
That's optional. Like those are your
These
options.
are the optional parts. Guns, pouches. I think we've got enough stuff on these guys so far. So I'll put these two together. Come back, and then we've got the bomb grot.
Yes.
No, so we've got the bomb squig and the Commando Grot.
So I need to cut those off,
so
which
we'll
I've
do
not
them
done yet.
when you come back. Okay. So, Daca Boy. It's cool.
Awesome.
Yeah. And the normal commando guy. So there's got two normal commandos in this unit. So let's have a look at the squig. We've got some squiggly parts.
So you've got C20, C125, C126, 127.
So this is the back part of the body and this is the side.
Yeah.
A lot of parts for a squig.
Yeah, it's like a jigsaw squig.
Jigsaw squig. So then we have this other foot.
Yeah, for some unknown reason, best known to Games Workshop to put it separate.
No. They wouldn't be Games Workshop if they made it easy. Which rear end does that go like that?
I suppose you're lucky it's not like, was it Jan Lowe's beard?
Jan Lowe's beard, yeah. It's the back end of the squig. Which is an insult to call somebody you don't like.
Fair enough. I'll remember this.
We have, that was C128, wasn't it?
Yeah. And then you've got 129.
So it's the lower jaw.
Mm-hmm.
Can you see how that fits on? It's sort of in a weird place, that. Looks like. Can't really remember whether it's that way around or not. Yeah. Some things just don't look right, whichever way around you come. There you go, see? That's how it goes in. This is famously where
It goes pop.
It now won't go back in that way. Oh, it did.
Yay.
Yay. Okay. And then we have, see, it's because it's a 3-part jaw, and this is actually the bottom part of this. So not there, not there. And that should go on there, please. Thank you. Today. Be good.
There you go. Oh, nearly. Yeah.
And what's next?
You've got like a
some more bombs and dynamite.
bombs and dynamite flying off him.
Right, so the bomb, that seems to go on this side because there's a little cable on it. So that goes in there, that goes on there, and the cable goes down to the mine that's underneath it. It looks like a landmine anyway. And then we have the bits of dynamite flying off. Where do they go on? They look like they attach to this bit somehow. Yeah, so they must go that way around. Alright. Because the dynamite's going to have to be behind the strap, because the rest of the dynamite is behind the strap on there, so it's going to have to go that way around. How fiddly is that?
I know. I thought that when I was looking at it, I was like, looks a piddly little piece.
Actually, yeah.
Is that some of that back part of those?
Oh, that's really weird. It has to go that way, because that's the way that the stripes are. This is really stumped with this. There's a little groove in there that looks like that should go in. Okay. So, there's a little cutout in the part that's attached to the squig, which the bottom part of the dynamite stick goes into. And then the leather strap, or whatever is holding it on, which is why it's going flying everywhere, goes into the groove that's on the piece of dynamite that you put in. And that's the weird angle that actually goes in that. So it should end up looking like that. Don't fall off. There we go. So we'll stick him on a base, and then we shall move on to the grot. So this is the Commando Grot next. So we have C135, 138 is this little hook, and this goes onto the grapple there. Damn it.
Yeah, why that's separate, I've no idea.
It's for fun. Okay. So we're on there. Then we have
C1, C134 and 133. Seems to be two parts of the body.
Mm-hmm.
And you've got backpack C136 And you've got a choice of 2 heads.
So those 2 parts go together like that. Okay, and then there's a backpack attached onto that. Straight on, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then you got a choice of heads.
Yep.
Now I've gone for the one with the snorkel. I just thought it was the funnier of the 2.
The other one's a bit too serious for you.
Yeah, I don't like my Grot serious. Okay, we shall touch the gun. Okay, Commando Grot. Brilliant. Right, that's all the orcs done.
Yeah.
Let's have a look at. Where did I put the Octaris book? So take a look at the rest of the orcs. So feel free to pause this. That is the Commando on his own. That's the Breacher Boy. Here's Bull Charge. Each time this operative fights in combat, made a charge during its activation, its power round gains a critical hit roll. Sounds nice. We have the Commando Daca Boy. Did we show the comms boy?
I don't remember now.
Anyway, there we go. That's what it looks like. Feel free to pause this. The Burner Boy. Just as a cool weapon. Got a Rocket Boy there. Just go through them all like this. In case I missed one. No, I definitely did the knob before. There's the Commando Grot. So he's got Sneaky Zogger. This operative can't have an engage order in addition. This operative is always treated as having conceal, regardless of any other rules. He's got a Grappling Hook. Let's point on a terrain feature that is visible to this operative. Treat that point as an intended target. Perform a free move action with this operative, moving in a single straight line with unlimited movement as though it can fly, and it must finish within a black triangle of that point. And there's the rules for the bombs, quick. I don't want to read them out. They're too long. But hopefully you can pause it and see them. So yeah, it's got dynamite and a vicious bite. As it should.
Mm-hmm.
And that is the Orcs team. So that leads us on to the terrain. And by far the heaviest part of the whole box. Yeah. So we have ramshackle walls, which is the first part. So I think what we'll do is we'll get both these pages off the sprues and start to build it.
Okay, so we've come to the doing the buildings, and we've just spent like near enough, what, 10-15 minutes going What?
Yeah.
The
Looking
reason is
for the non-existent D sprue.
D sprue, yeah.
Which obviously stands for dunce sprue. Because
Or-
it's had us feeling like that. Because this sprue is
Disappeared
A,
sprue.
and this sprue is
B.
But they're all D in the book.
Yeah.
So it's just a case of going, right, what does this look like? And try and identify it via appearance.
Yeah.
On the sprue, this says D2A. But it's not D2A, it's A2.
So technically you could just ignore the D completely.
Ignore the D completely and ignore the A on this and then double check it by looking at it.
Yeah.
And also ignore the A afterwards because I don't know why. That's a sub-assembly and I suppose this is one sub-assembly, that's another sub-assembly maybe. It's not clear.
No.
But just look at the, because it's Walkie and it doesn't look the same. It's just a visual identification.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay.
Yeah, not the best. So they've done so well up to this point.
Everything's perfect. I'm surprised. And then they got to terrain.
It's like they just let themselves down.
Let themselves down.
Constantly.
So there should be 2 sets of this, 2 sets of this. So let's get the parts off and ready to put together. Okay, so we have this piece here. It's a short piece with this sort of like cylinder canister type shape though. We have the part we're going to be standing on, the first floor, sorry. And that slots into there. There are little cutouts, little T sections, which go onto these little rebarred sort of T sections. That would slot into there. And then we have this longer wall section, which is that shape with this door here. And then we have these little bits on the edge there as well. So this has the same sort of T sections that go in, and it has this bit here which lines up with those holes there going on like that. Holes. So we basically have that bit. I'm going to glue that together off camera. It's just holding it in place for ages. It's a bit boring to watch. That'll leave us with this a little bit here. That's what this one looks like of the pillars. And that, in the Blue Peter style of it, this one I made earlier, goes on there. So you can see that's not actually stuck on yet. There we go. It goes on this cross section here and lines up there, as in this picture. So on here, it's where these two meet. And then you take the shorter end and the shorter side of that facing outwards sticks on to there. Like that. And that is basically the first part, this ramshackle walls part. So I'm going to go ahead and stick this bit together and come back and do the next. Okay, so this one, we need the other piece here. We also need this bit here. This bit fits onto there, like that. And then this bit, the large one, fits into, sorry, bring it the right way around, like that, fits into there. Okay, and then we have this little bit, which again goes in an awkward place, which doesn't really like it goes in. This would stand up on its own, by the way, because it's an L section. It's actually strong enough to stand up without this. I think this is just for show, try and make it look like there is some physics in this. But that basically gets glued onto the, and to show you it on one of which are glued together. There it goes, like that. And then the cool thing about these is they go together with the other ones, like that. So it makes you a nice wall. This actually is a standard fitting around the whole, all walls, because it'll even go together with the other smaller wall, like that. It fits in. so you can build it in different ways. That's quite cool.
That's cool.
But I shall stick this one together, and it should look like this one when it's done. It's cool. And then we'll move on to the next piece of terrain. Yeah, one last thing on this one before we move on. It needs these wheels going onto the outer door. Like that. Okay, so now to build this strange little platform, we need this part here. That's what it looks like from above. We need this bit here with the gas jerry can at the bottom. We need this bit here, and we need this wheel. And the first thing that happens is this wheel gets stuck onto the bottom of this. And it goes on there. To create these two struts, if you smooth them down at the bottom and line them up, you'll see that this one's slightly longer than this one. So basically, one's going to attach onto these bars, which you can see from there. The other one's hidden away, but that one sits, as far as I can tell, in that end part there. Just about shoved into position. It's an odd thing because there's not really a specific place where it looks like it goes. But the only way I can get it to stand up on this one is to put it in those two places. And as you can see, we've got them there and we've got them there. I did try a few variations, but that's it. It's level, so I'm going with that. So that's how I'm going to stick this other one together as well. And then we have this scatter terrain here. Is this just pieces of terrain? On a sprue?
Maybe, yeah. And I've not cut it off, sorry.
Oh, it's fine.
It'll be that one, bear in mind, so.
So none of these bits, these are all, these don't stick together, these are just bits of terrain. So we'll take them off the sprue and have a look at them last. Because there's no real work that he's doing on them. So that moves us on to the oil pump. So for the oil pump we have...
Those two pieces.
They're the same. Well, they're opposite.
Oh, well, opposite.
Yeah, right.
You got like that.
Cool.
Then you've got this, the top part of that bit.
Yep.
Then you've got like a little tap there.
Alright.
And a wheel goes onto that.
Yep.
Try to find this bit for you. You've got this bit here and a wheel that goes onto there for you.
Right.
And then you've got this bit and that bit goes on there.
Yep.
Which attaches to that. And then that goes somewhere on there.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
And then I don't know what, there's these bits, which
so
I would think is going to be on the other side.
Cool.
I'll tell you what, it feels very much like Mousetrap.
Mousetrap. It's a giant mousetrap.
It's a giant mousetrap, that's how it feels
which
to me.
involves orcs rather than mice.
Yeah.
Cool. Right, so I'll start by cleaning all this up and sticking these two pieces together. Okay, so with those two parts stuck together, we can put in the top hatch for this. I don't think it matters which way around this goes. It's Walkie, so it wouldn't really matter. Then we have this pipe, which obviously goes into the ground. That needs this little turn wheel putting on. And then we have this pipe which comes out of it. And that needs one of these little wheels going on, so I'll put that on now. Then we have this part of the pump. Oh, it's a bit of mist. Okay, so we have that going on there. And then we have another one of those little wheels attaching to that. And this attaches onto this. So we've got this sort of not complete circle, so you know whichever end this goes. Not the way I'm trying to put it on, obviously. Like that. And then we can attach that goes on to that. Yeah, there's a little thing on the bottom of the tank which lines up with that there. I like to do this on the table so it's flat. Make sure that lines up. So there's that pipe in the middle. I'll show you where it's dried. Then it lines up with, and the bit I just showed you. This needs to go on the other side. What I shall do when that's dry, let's not try to turn that around now. That'll be done. Back in a moment. Now it's dried a little bit. We can put that in there. So that's like a tap coming out of there. And then the next thing we need is to put on this. This is kind of like a standy-on-y bit. So this is going to go over there, and that fits into the, and that doesn't attach anywhere on there by the looks of it. Okay. So got to make sure there's nothing left off the sprue so it mounts up. And yeah, I've switched to Games Workshop glue because it's a little bit thicker, because I've had this glue a little while, so it's gone a little bit thicker. And it's much better for putting like this thicker plastic terrain together. So that's just being held there by the force of the force. There was a bit I need to put underneath as well. Yep. So this bit needs to go.
Me to hold that.
Yeah. Is there a little bit cut out though?
Yes, there is like a little T-shape.
Does that fit under that?
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
That's where that needs to go.
So then that
Just
would
figure
hold
out
it
which
up.
way around it goes, because that's a ladder. So it needs to go on that way around. So the ladder side obviously on the outside. Oh. Okay. That's straight. Are we straight there?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right, okay. And that leaves us with this
So-
bit and this bit. So those two bits just go together.
Right.
To make that. And then this attaches, oh, it does attach to the bottom as well. So yeah, we'll put it on there. I was going to say we're not all weight, but it'll attach to the bottom of there. And hopefully, maybe I should work. But I'm not going to.
Okay.
I'd advise anybody else just to wait, hold your horses, don't be in a rush, don't do what I'm doing, and just rushing in. Ah, there is a bit there. Bet you I can glue that on. that will attach to this platform, it'll give it some extra strength. Aha. So I did put a bit of glue on there as well, so that should be holding it up from this side of it.
Yay.
And that should be holding it up from that side of it. Maybe it wasn't completely insane.
Oh.
Just moderately. Yeah. This ladder's now free flowing. There we go. Right.
That's cool.
Cool. Little bucket oil pump. I like that actually.
That's really funky.
Gotta be honest, I do like that. It feels like something to build anywhere. Well, somewhere then dig it up. So we also had the freestanding terrain.
Yes, so.
Have a quick look at that. So we had a Walkie barricade. We have a Walkie scrap pile. Another Walkie scrap pile.
Yep. I'm especially loving this one because it's got little light bulbs on that remind me of like Fallout 76.
Oh, the cage lights from Fallout.
I want to see you do those
brilliant.
like yellow and blue.
Or different colours?
Yeah.
Like Christmas tree lights.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Another scrap pile.
Little door.
Another barricade. Just needs...
Yeah, some of it just needs trimming down a little bit.
Yeah.
And then we've got these little things here. I don't know if that's on camera.
Yes.
Yeah. That look like they're for the Krieg.
Are these actually Imperial barricades?
Well, I don't know.
Oh yeah, they are.
Yeah, they are, aren't they?
Because look, it's like they unfold. That's
yeah,
cool.
that's little.
So
yeah, that's pretty funky.
they'll come that size.
Yeah.
Like that middle bit. And then the cogs go...
Yeah.
Oh, pretty cool.
They're cool, but compared to that, and then that, and that's what I've got to get behind, I think I'm just feeling hard done by.
I mean, every other box set they come out with has got Imperial terrain in like galore, so...
Yeah, but I'm feeling hard done by. I mean, look at...
Meh.
Look at the state of that compared to one of them. I mean...
Yeah.
Honestly.
I've also got those as well.
You've also got walkways as
So
well.
these just look like they're walkways to use between the other pieces. I'm just going to hit that for no reason. It didn't fall apart, so bonus. Cool.
And then you've got your
And
markers.
these are the gauges you get with it. So this is what I've been bleating on about when I said like circle, square, triangle.
Oh, I thought you were just going for the PlayStation controller pad or something.
I didn't say X though, so...
Oh no, we've got hex.
Okay.
We've got what's that?
We've got Pentagon.
Pentagon. That's it.
And that's what that is. These are all measuring rather than having like inches. So if you see a 0, it's that one. I think I probably will paint these. Probably just in silver.
That'd be quite
box
good.
standard, and then paint that one in red, that one in white, and the colours. I think that's black, and that one's.
I was going to
blue.
say that. Paint
Just
the
so it
symbols.
matches.
Yeah, paint the symbols so we know what they are.
So it's a bit easier to see. One thing we didn't open was the actual
freebie that we got.
freebie we got. Here. Should we get to collect
Yep.
one? Another thing we haven't opened is this. Which I shall do now.
Right, okay, so it opens like so. There we go.
And it's a metal combat hitch.
Nice. Pretty nice, actually.
Pretty squish looking.
There we go. It's quite nice.
Cool. Sorry, keep that secret, keep it safe. So what we have in here are some cards. So we have orange cards with Headhunter, Challenge, Route, Execution, Deadly Marksman, Robin Ransack, seize ground, hold the line, protect the assets, damage limitation, plant banner, central control, capture hostage, behind enemy lines, upload virus, implant, sabotage, interloper, mark target, triangulate, plant the signal beacon, vantage, retrieval, overrun. And then we've got faction, tac, op 1, kill team, faction, tac, op 2, kill team, faction, tac, op 3, kill team, whatever that's for. I'm pretty sure I have to read the rules. I mean, it's hard for us to compare it to the last kill team because we never bothered getting it.
Yeah, we never got it.
Kind of glad I didn't though, but... And then we've got Headhunter Challenge. So this looks the same, but with a black background.
So I assume what one will be Orcs and one would be Krieg?
I assume so. One's for one and one's for the other. Cool.
You've got the board pieces as well.
Yep. That's not what the dice go on looked at.
Well, you can't leave the dice out, I mean that'd be just...
Orange and black dice. Got quite a matte finish these. Supposed to have a glossy finish. Yeah, cool. And this is the board that it all goes on. So it's desert.
Alright, so it's desert or desert.
Is it desert or desert?
It looks like it.
So you can't really see all this on the camera, but we've got desert. And then we've got desert. There's different prints though. One's got some like Badmin crashed airplane up. And the other side of that, the
Krieg or something.
some more Badmin stuff by the looks.
Oh, okay. Oh, fair enough.
There we go.
Cool.
That is, I mean, okay. So now we've put it together and we've seen everything's in the box. We've also got those to
pop out.
And we've got the core rule book to read, obviously. See what's going on. What do you think?
I think really, really impressed.
Yeah.
It's nice to see some different models as opposed to Space Marines and something usual.
I think that was a good thing about the last kill team, that it had AdMech and Gene Stealers in.
Yeah.
And we went to get it and they just sold out and they couldn't get any more in because we waited that long to get it.
Yeah.
And then because we couldn't get that, I kind of sulked and decided not to bother.
Yeah.
I'm kind of glad I didn't get them now. I wouldn't have minded that first box set still, but I'm glad I didn't get any of the others because none of them really inspired me after that, even like the Rogue Trader one and the last ones in Pride and Access. None of that really, I was like, meh, about the whole thing.
We nearly got the Rogue Trader one, but then when we realised it was like you needed the original...
Yeah, they advertised it as the core rulebook and it didn't, so it was like...
Or that you didn't need the core rulebook, you could play it as a standalone. And then...
So I was like, alright then, we'll get that, and then we ordered it. But thankfully I was able to cancel my order because I didn't get it with Games Workshop. When we found out that they'd actually lied, point blank, because it did originally say you could. So, I say lied, they got it wrong, probably. It was a error, inverted commas. This, not dwelling on the past, let's not dwell. There's a lot of bad things going on in the world, let's not dwell. Let's have a look at what we actually got. We got 10 cool Orc models. I really like the Orc models. The plastic Commandos are just awesome. So when these do come out as a box set, they're going to be great if anyone wants to just get the Orc Commandos. I think my favourite model is either that guy, the Daca guy, to be honest. I just like the fact he's wearing like the balaclava thing, the woolly hat.
The woolly hat.
Yeah, the just like SAS sort of hat he's got on. I just think he looks hilarious. I quite like the sniper guy because of all the bullets. Overall, I think they're just all cool models. Even the little goblin with his snorkel. I think they're really well themed for like Spec Ops, but the Orcs haven't quite got it right, but you know, they're still scary.
They've tried. They've tried. I think for me the Krieg really do stand out, and it's nice to see a new set of plastic models from Forge World as well.
Yeah, the Forge World originally.
Yeah, so I think it's nice that they're well, I'm hoping they're investing in that. I do like the sergeant, the head guy.
Oh, the actual leader.
Yeah, I do think he's quite cool.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see how they play out, to be quite honest.
I like the terrain. I'm glad it's not Imperial.
Yeah.
Orky terrain's easy to make though, so it's like, yeah, I'd have probably rather it had been like Tyranid terrain. Or Eldar, or something that's harder to actually bodge together. That's given the contents of the box, it's obviously going to be Orc or Imperial. Which is another thing, I'm surprised it was Imperial and Orc, because if it's Octaris, shouldn't it be Tyranid and Orc? Maybe we'll see some Octaris Nids come out and some Nid scenery.
Possible.
Awesome. I think that's what it needs a bit more scenery that's a bit less just Imperial World.
Yes.
Or at least you get Imperial World and ruined Imperial World. I want to see Nid Imperial World. Or just Nid infested Agri World or something like that. That'd be cool. So we'll see where this goes. I'm not sure we're going to get everything that comes out for this.
Probably not.
We might just focus on stuff we like. Like this set is perfect for us because Claire loves the Krieg and I love Orcs. If this had been Space Marines and Eldar, might not even have entertained getting it unless it had the Eldar scenery in it. It looked really cool.
Yeah, unless they were like really different models or something like that. But
for us, it was totally what was in the box. Because if they brought out Krieg as a plastic box set, you'd have got it.
definitely.
If they brought out these Orcs as a plastic box set, I would have probably got them. And the scenery is just icing. It's a good set for the price with all this scenery. Yeah, I'm surprised at this big pile of scenery we've got actually. It's cool. Yeah, and so we'll probably give it a go. We'll give it a crack as a game. It looks interesting enough to play.
Yeah.
We'll see how we go with that. But yeah, overall, it's good. If you're just getting into Kill Team, it's good. If you don't like Orcs or you don't like Imperial Forces, not so good. If you're not interested in anything Orky, a terrible set, to be honest.
Yeah.
And if you do want to get Kill Team, I've heard the Compendium's not great. The reason I didn't get Compendium because we don't have any of the previous edition. We have plenty of 40k models, and at the time I just thought it would cover like teams that were in the previous edition, but it turns out it's quite bland from the reports I've seen. And like in Octaris, where everything's got these different skills, like the Space Marines are just Space Marines with no skills. I imagine that'll change when they bring them out, and I imagine that'll be the draw to actually. So the 25 quid compendium is kind of like one of the Codex indexes they did when they changed 40k.
Right. Okay.
Or the ones when they changed Warhammer.
Got you.
That's what it feels like. It's a stopgap. Could really have just been a download, I would have thought, rather than 25 quid for a book. But
Hey ho.
Overall, I'm more impressed than I thought I'd be.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think you get a lot for your money.
Yeah.
And I think it's quite interesting, especially with them. For me, with them being different models that you can't get normally.
Yeah.
That's what's sold it for me, kind of thing. That the models that you can't get.
They weren't just a set of Orcs.
Yeah.
Or a set of Space Marines that you can already get.
That they've got overhanging and they can't get rid, so they'll shove them in a box.
Which is what the first Kill Team was about.
Yeah.
Oh, but we've got some Marines and we've got some Tau.
Yeah. Oh, what's gone?
So much fell off.
Oh dear. I'll have to find that.
It's alright, I can see it. There we go. So I hope you've enjoyed the video. Hope it's been useful for putting it together if anyone struggled. Pretty easy to put together with nothing too bad. A couple of fiddly bits. But again, I've done worse. So yeah. please like and subscribe. Helps out loads. And if you want to see us do more kill team stuff, if stuff comes out, you want to see us play it, probably badly, but that's just how we do things. We just learn and do it straight on camera, and you can see us learning and getting it wrong. It's like everyone does. It's part of the fun, actually, to be honest. Because this really isn't a tournamenty thing. I don't really feel like this is balanced, so I think it's more of a narrative thing anyway. So getting the rules a bit wrong is a bit meh, to be honest.
Yeah.
So there we go. So thanks for watching, and I hope we'll see you again soon, guys.
See you soon.
Bye for now.
Bye.